Hi everyone, how's it going? How are you all doing this evening? So just to introduce myself, it's great to be here. My name is Lee. I'm from West Wales in a county called Pembrokeshire. Um, this is my first time on SBTV. I'm really excited to be here actually and to link in and to meet so many new people. Um, I'll tell you a bit about me personally before we move on to the demonstration tonight. I'm 34, a father of three children, single father of three children. And between that, I don't really have much time for anything else, and mediumship, of course. My journey as a medium has been quite an interesting one, really. I've always been aware of spirit. From a very young age, was able to see spirit, and that sort of just progressed really through childhood, into my teenage years, into my adult years. But it's really only the last 18 months that I've been working professionally as a medium, and it has been quite an experience the last 18 months, which has led me to SPTV today. So I'm really excited to be here. So thank you to Richard and the team for having me on. So yeah, that's probably about me in a nutshell, really. But like I said, I'm excited to meet you all, and we'll see how many people we can meet tonight. Hello, Spirit of Love. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for joining tonight. Lovely to see you too. Thank you. Not that I can see you, but it's lovely to know you're there. Thank you. Hi, Deborah Long. Oh, from Canada. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the welcome, Kylie. I appreciate that. Hi, Terry. All the way from New Zealand. Nice to meet you, Jasmine. A fellow Welshman, Chris. Nice to meet you. Hi, Ben. Hope your evening's gone okay. Hi, Jessica Pound. That's very nice of you to say, Tracy. Thank you. My stomach just flipped. That's the pressure. Seven Ocean Skies. Nice to meet you. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for joining tonight. Let me know where you're from, guys, in the comments. It's lovely to see where people are joining from tonight. Hi, Stace Shaw. Nice to see you and speak to you again. Hi, Jan. Thank you for joining from Liverpool. Hello, Joanne Lewis. Thank you for joining from Birmingham. Good evening, Jennifer. Hi, Martin. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully all goes well. Hi, Jackie. Thank you very much for sharing that. Wow, from Norway. I don't think I've ever had a viewer on any platform from Norway before, so thank you for joining. Cyprus, I bet you got better weather than what we've had here. Jesse from California, thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Deborah. Hello, Hannah Louise from Brighton. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Another viewer from Canada. Thank you, Steve. Cindy Ryan, thank you for joining. Which part of America are you from? Sheena from Scotland. Thank you very much. Currently sat on the beach in Portland. Very nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Natasha. Thanks for joining, Debbie. Okay, guys, we're just going to keep the names coming through now, and what I'm hoping to happen is that I'll be drawn to a name as they keep coming. So keep giving your comments, guys. It's lovely to be able to interact with you all. Kenny, thank you for joining. Okay, Gemma. Oh, thank you, Gemma. Your name's just popped up there. Is it Chriselle? Sorry, my apologies if I haven't pronounced your last name right. Can I work with you, please? Okay, so Gemma, as your name popped up there, I just felt very drawn to work with you. Now, I'll just explain very quickly before how I work, because I know that obviously there's lots of mediums that are lucky enough to take part in the SPTV. So I am alone in the room right now, but you will see my eyes wandering because I see spirit with my physical eyes. But so as I'm linking with you right now, Gemma, I'm aware I have two people stepping forward for you. First of all, I have a lady that connects you on a grandmother link, and I have a grandfather. Now, these two separate sides of the family I have to acknowledge first of all, okay? Okay, we'll work with the grandmother energy first, bless you. Okay, right, I'm aware with this lady that there would have been a long decline in her health towards the end of her physical life, but I also have to acknowledge with her a quick passing. So with this, I understand that the passing would have been expected, but not as quick as it did happen. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. I am being made aware of difficulties breathing with this lady, so either respiratory or heart problems I have to acknowledge here also. And I am also being asked to make you, or being made aware rather, that the certain health conditions that this lady would have suffered with, we wouldn't have been fully known by her family members until after her passing. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. So I know that there was an element of confusion related from her loved ones about what health conditions this lady was experiencing at the end of her life there. Now, I do have to acknowledge that there was a blessing given to this lady to leave the physical world whenever she felt ready, all right? So I know that someone would have said to us that she could go whenever she felt ready. Now, she's asked me to acknowledge a birthday around the family, her immediate family members right now. So this is either just gone or coming up. So please accept the birthday message that comes with her. Okay. Right, you can understand this is your mother. Thank you very much, Gemma. Okay. Right, they would. Okay, she's talking about an anniversary. So, but now, okay, can you give that to me again, please? Okay, right, there would have been an anniversary around about the time of her passing. So the anniversary of someone else around about the time of her passing. All right. Now, okay. Okay, you understand with this lady, please. She's making me aware that people were with her leading up to her passing. They almost would have left the room. Then she would have passed away, and then people would have come back after her passing. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. Now, I know that at the time of her passing, that people would have been there to see or to see her through that transition from the physical life to the spirit side of life. But she has given me that message that people would have left because not everyone that was there prior to her passing would have been there at that time. Okay. Bless her. I have to acknowledge that there's a child in spirit with this lady, please. A child that never reached the earth plane. I hope that makes some sense to you. Just know that she's letting you know this baby is safe and well in the spirit world with her. Okay, I can hear clapping also, so I have to give you a great deal of a message of pride from your mother also. Okay, now she's specifically given me this in terms of the change in direction in life that you've deliberately set yourself upon. I hope that makes some sense, please. It would have been very easy for you to go down a different path in life, but she is asking me to acknowledge that you've decided to go down this particular path. And when I have to acknowledge a great deal of pride, this is one where you've had to strip back a lot of the physical value of things that we put on physical things in our life. So you've made a conscious decision to strip that back and to plow some more focus into the things that actually make you happy, the things that actually do matter, and ambitions and goals that you've set in life. Something of which that you had a conversation with your mother prior to her passing also. This is something that she wants to encourage you. I'm sorry, just read your comments. I just went to English. Okay, thank you for confirming that, Gemma. So the ambitions and goals that you've set yourself in life are ones that you and she discussed prior to her passing. So this is why she's giving you that message of motivation and enthusiasm, and of course her blessing that goes with it. Okay, symbolically, she's pushing you across that path. How I see her like guiding you across this road. However, at the moment, you are aware that the circumstances that you find yourself in right now, the circumstances you find yourself in right now seem to be preventing you from doing that. Just know that the feeling she gives me is that that's a short-lived experience for you. Okay, but one that you will certainly overcome, and one that with your mum's guidance and help that she'll help you onto that right path there. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, I can see bluebells. I hope that's I'm no florist. I'm not good with flowers, but I can clearly see bluebells. I hope there's some sort of symbolic meaning to that for you relating to mum there. Okay, right. With the gentleman that stepped forward there, I can smell smoke with him, but it's a pipe smoke. It's quite sweet smelling smoke, I have to acknowledge, with this gentleman. Okay. Okay. I can hear laughter from him, and one of the things that he's given me a sense of laughter, making me hear his laughter with, is because of the choice of clothing that he was laid to rest in. Now he was aware at the time that there was conversations flying around about should he be dressed in this or should he be dressed in that, but a decision was made ultimately to dress for the particular the footwear in particular would have been a check pair of slippers. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. Just know that he gives a sense of laughter and humor with that. Another reason why I can hear laughter is because that's exactly what he feels you're in need of right now, is that reason to smile, that reason to laugh. Just know and take some understanding from this lovely gentleman that he knows that there's that feeling of being quite bogged under with you right now, okay? And this is why he draws very close to you, to give you that sense of laughter, that upliftment, that motivation, and together your mother and your granddad give you that blessing to move forward in life in the way in which you see fit right now. As you do that, just know you do that with their blessing and with their help also. Your mum's telling me that you asked her to draw close and you asked for her to come through to you tonight for tonight's demonstration. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. Just know that this is why she has drawn very close to you and has managed to channel through tonight, because she was with you when you asked for her to do that. I do also have to acknowledge that someone wears one of her rings on a necklace right now. I feel this could be you, actually, because she's passing this to you. But also there was confusion over who should have had a pair of earrings that belonged to your mother, okay? Now I'm aware that they would have... I don't want to use the word dispute because I feel as though that's an overkill word for it, but there was a conversation that took place between two people because there was uncertainty there about who your mother would have wanted these earrings to go to. Now I'm seeing these very, very small earrings, very small. They're gold earrings, very, very small. They've got a small jewel right in the middle of them, but these would have been handed down to her from a generation up. Okay, right. Okay, now okay, thank you. Right. Okay. I can feel your mother's energy pulling back now, Gemma. But before she does, she asked me to acknowledge a great deal of love and pride that she wants to give to you. Just one last thing before she does, I have to acknowledge healing for your stomach area. I hope that makes some sense to you. This is just an acknowledgement that the mum understands that may be something that you're experiencing some uncomfort with right now, some discomfort with. Just take all of your mother's love and all of your granddad's love, and thank you very much for working with me tonight, Gemma. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I do. The comments, they seem to be coming through quite well. Thank you, Richard. Sorry, guys. I've been told some of you know I'm talking to Richard, others don't, but I'm talking to a man called Richard. Okay. Richard, there's a lady called Belinda, I think, that was just 2 comments behind. Oh, okay. Belinda Jones. Oh, okay. Belinda, I know you were literally the next comment after my previous message there. But if I could work with you, please, I'd appreciate that. Okay, Belinda, I'm aware of a male energy have stepping forward for you. Okay, so as he draws very close here, I'm not okay. Now I'm aware of a very quick passing with this man. He's telling me that he wants to get. First of all, there's 2 reasons he's given me this message for you. Okay, now I have to let you know that the first message, why the first reason he's making me have a very quick passing is because he wants to give you some reassurance for him that from his perspective, his transition from the physical world to the spirit world was very quick and immediate. And it felt for him as though 1 minute he's here and then he's in the spirit world the next. And he hopes that you can take some comfort from that. He's also given me that as an evidential message for you to understand in part who this gentleman is. Now, I do get a father connection with him. Okay, so if this is not dad, this is granddad on your dad's side of the family, I have to acknowledge here. Okay, I'm aware that this, okay, he's making me feel as though a very hard-working man, very busy man in the physical world. I see him as about 5 foot in height. He's got hair on the sides, he has got hair on the top, but it's not a huge amount there, but it is like a grey, like a salt and pepper colour I see with him. Now, I know he would have lost weight towards the end of his life, and he's telling me that there was an undiagnosed health condition with him that would have taken this man to spirit, okay? Because I know that I see him as quite a healthy build, but he is making me he would have lost weight towards the end of his life there. Okay. Symbolically, he showed me a walking stick that I have to give to you. Now, this is a symbolic message of support. Just take that as an acknowledgement that this gentleman knows that you're in need of that support right now. I also have to acknowledge the need for emotional healing around you. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. Okay. But it's symbolically giving me a sense as though there's a need for communication on your part right now. I hope you can understand that. But this has reached a bottleneck with you right now. He's directing me to my throat chakra. So I understand that there's a need for communication in terms of something you need to communicate to your loved ones and family and friends around you at the moment. Okay. Now, this gentleman was in life the sort of person who would tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You know, and that would certainly come from a place of love with him. He wasn't backwards and coming forwards at all. And this is why part of what the energy that he wants to leave you with, Belinda, all right, is that confidence to speak out and when you need to. Now, the emotional healing, now I want to go way back with this, all right? Now, understand that this need for emotional healing with you goes back quite a few years. I just know that this is an acknowledgement there, but I also feel as though I have to acknowledge from Dad's perspective that this is something that maybe he didn't always understand during his lifetime. He didn't always understand the reasons why you needed or why you felt certain ways. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. But just know that from his perspective now in the spirit world, he is giving me that acknowledgement that yes, he can understand why you need that emotional healing, and he wants to try and help to deliver that for you. Okay. Now, he is showing me a celebration around you right now, so I hope that makes some sense to you, please. But the message there is that he wants you to throw yourself into this celebration. Okay, he's talking about a young boy around you right now. This young boy is not in spirit. This young boy is very much alive with us right now. I don't know if I want to go down a generation again here, but I have to express a great deal of love to this young boy. Now, I know there's question marks surrounding this young boy at the moment, as though I feel as though we're waiting for something in writing. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. But he has shown me symbolically, I see like a letter or like a written word fast approaching here. Okay, okay. Thank you, Belinda. Well, hopefully with your dad's help and love and support, that you'll find that a lot easier to do over the next coming weeks. Okay, your dad gives me the month of March as being significant to either an anniversary, wedding, passing, or a birthday, Belinda, and also October. Now, I say October for two separate reasons. October, as in the month, but also I want to talk about Halloween, not because it's Halloween, but there's something very specific to do with Dad or the family around Halloween there. I hope that makes some sense to you. Okay. Right, okay. Again, I can feel a great deal of pride and a great deal of laughter and humour with Dad also, but again, he talks about the way in which his life was celebrated after his passing. This was an extremely popular man, but maybe he didn't quite realise how loved and how much he was thought of by other people. Okay. Because the amount of people that came there to celebrate your dad's life was far more than he realised he knew, if that makes sense. But the way in which his life was celebrated was extremely appropriate and necessary to who this man was. He was remembered in the most important way. I hope and he's making a point of saying that the way he was remembered and the way he was talked about, the way he was celebrated, was extremely appropriate to who this man was in the physical world. Okay. 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 Sorry, your dad's talking away to me. Bear with me a second. Okay, your dad's asked. Okay, I almost feel like I have to give across an apology here from Dad. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. But again, he's talking about things that either he said but shouldn't have, or shouldn't have said. Or sorry, either said that he shouldn't have, or things that he should have said that he didn't. Now, I get that that's quite a vague piece of information there, and I apologise for that. But it's very much like that. There's that acknowledgement on Dad's part that there's something I should have done in order to put something right prior to his passing. Now, because there was no period of ill health with Dad, it was very, very quick passing. This is where he's giving me that sense as though it just didn't occur to me that this would be the time I needed to get that done. So this is his way of acknowledging in terms of receiving his own healing for going forward, because he can see how the decisions he made here have impacted the loved ones he's left behind in the physical world. Having said that, I do have to acknowledge a massive heart with Dad, a great deal of love. This is a man who's certainly capable of showing his emotions and feelings to those that he loved, but feels as though there was something at the end of his life that he could have done differently. I hope that makes some sense to you. I leave you with all of Dad's love, Belinda, and thank you very much for working with me. I hope that makes sense to you. Do you know what? So before I move over to the next one, thank you for that, Stacey. I do know I talk very quick when I'm working for Spirit, and I apologise for that. I'll try to calm it down a bit. But for any other mediums that are watching, I know you'll totally understand that it is like, as a medium, we're a channel for the spirit world. So that energy just flows through you like a wave. It's almost like surfing on like a spirit wave, if that makes sense. So in order to catch the information as quickly as I can, I talk very quickly and talk with my hands a lot. Yeah, sorry guys, I'll be as talk as slow as I can there. But thank you for pointing that out. I did a service for a church, a local church over Zoom a couple of weeks ago, and I've now been nicknamed the Fast and Furious Medium because of how quick I talk. Um, so, but I promise I'll try to curb that just a little bit. I can cope with that. I can cope with that. Hi LJ, thank you for joining us tonight. We're just quickly scrolling through the comments again, guys, and see who we're drawn to next. But I'll hopefully we're drawn to someone very soon. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. I know, Fast and Furious. I know. Not something I ever thought I would be called. You know, is but there it is. Thank you, Seven Ocean Skies. I appreciate that. Samantha, can I work with you, please? Is it again? Forgive me if I get this wrong. Is it Samantha Trucks? Okay, sorry. I just have a quick drink. A glass of squash here, please. Okay. Okay, Samantha, as your comment popped through there, now I will make a deliberate attempt to talk slowly here. I'm trying. Okay. So as your name popped through there in the comments, I heard a lady's voice ask me to ask the comments to stop there, so that I know that I'm working with you. Now, okay. Truax. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, who are you then? Oh, okay. Right, this lady's telling me that she's your grandmother on your mother's side of the family. Okay. Now I know that this lady would have suffered with stomach problems towards the end of her life, but she is making me aware that the decline in her health would have lasted for quite some time. This lady had suffered poor health for many years prior to her passing. And she is telling me that one thing changed to another, and then changed to another, and then changed to another. So I know that her health had like a domino effect on itself. She is making me that she would have had a fall prior to her passing also, and there was a lot that she tried. Although she is saying with a smile on her face unsuccessfully, but she tried to keep a great deal about her health to herself so that she didn't cause any worry or distress to her loved ones. I hope that makes some sense to you. But again, she brings me back to the fall that she would have had, and at this point it became impossible for her to keep certain things about her health to herself. Okay, but that fall also did indicate the final decline in her health there, and from that point on it declined very quickly. She has asked me to let you know that there was a gentleman in spirit that was there to meet her. Now I feel as though that I've got a marital link there between these two. Okay, so I know. Okay, the gentleman that was there to meet her would have passed many years before this lady did. Very smartly dressed gentleman, would have passed prematurely. All right, but again, I get almost like an accidental passing with this man. I hope that makes some sense to you. But he's making me feel as though it was very sudden. Okay. Now I have to just let you know that this lady's making me aware that she knows that she left the physical world with a great deal of, surrounded with a great deal of love, but also she wants you to know that she was met with a great deal of love in the spirit world. Okay. My dad's mother in a coma for a minute. Okay. Okay. Do you understand the information I've given with Dad's mum then, perhaps? If you can just clarify that for me, please. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. The reason this lady draws close is because, again, I have to give across like that sense of security around you right now with this lady, all right? Okay. Keep talking. Okay, there's just like an acknowledgement on her part that that's something you're in need of right now. It's sort of that feeling of insecurity around you. There's unanswered questions around you. It's like which direction am I heading in? There's almost that sense of feeling as though you're being pulled in more than one direction here. What she's asking is you start to give some of this back to the people that should be carrying these burdens, if that makes sense to you, and just focus on one thing at a time. Okay, this is not this. Then it's not Dad's mum. Then can I ask that you look back a generation there? That the initial feeling I had here was that this is a grandmother on mother's side of the family. So if this, obviously, thankfully your maternal grandmother's still living, can I ask that you look at a great grandmother on your mother's side of the family, and maybe speak to your grandmother to see if this information makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to you right now, ask your grandmother about it, and then hopefully that can give you some clarification after when you do ask her about the information I'm giving you today. Okay. 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 Oh, there is there? So have I got the wrong link here then, possibly? You can take all of this so far. Diane Tolhurst. Okay, Samantha. Okay, if I can ask that you keep listening. Okay, Richard, if I try and do like a process of elimination here, if I ask for like pieces of information from this lady, and then maybe if you can let me know if, because it's just so we can find the right bit. Sorry, guys, bear with me. We'll try and get this the link established as quickly as possible here. Okay, can I have something for you? Okay. Okay. This lady is making me aware that one of the last things that she saw was a vase of purple flowers by the side of her bed. There's also like a golden ornament there. Now I don't know if I've got like a golden picture frame or a golden ornament. So there was been like that sort of ornament next to a vase of purple flowers. Hopefully that can dwindle down where we're going here. But this would have been something that would have been placed next to this lady just prior to her passing. This is one of the final things that she remembers looking at. She also remembers seeing children's drawings she's making aware of. So there would have been like children in the family that would have drawn pictures for her that would have been given to her by other people. Okay. Okay. If you can understand the information I've given, guys, please throw a comment out there so we can make sure that we get this lady to the right loved ones here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We'll keep working with it, and hopefully it'll. Okay. Okay. Was that Dan? Did you say? Okay. You can take it all. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we're just working with Diane then, does it? Okay. To everyone else that messaged, thank you very much for your comments. I appreciate you you putting your hand up there to take the information. Diane also Tolhurst, thank you very much for stepping forward with your acknowledgement of that information. Okay. So you also understand what I said about being torn into lots of different directions right now. Just know that I have to acknowledge or give that acknowledgement that this lady is very much aware of that's something you're experiencing right now. She's making me quite breathless also, so I know this would have been one of the problems that she would have experienced. I can quite clearly feel as though this is a respiratory complaint with this lady. Okay. Okay. Now as quick as she's given me that and I've acknowledged it, she's taking it away from me. But again, they will do that when they work with the medium. But also the message in there is that that's not something that she suffers with right now, and she hopes that she could take some comfort from the fact that she no longer suffers with any of the physical ailments that she had during the physical life and leading up to the end of that physical life either. She does draw close, like I said. She's repeating herself. I can relate to all this so far. She died of a fall. Okay, my granddad passed some years before. Okay, thank you, Tolhurst. Diane, I'm definitely working with you then. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So just know that she was met in spirit by your granddad. She's already given the confirmation and acknowledgement of that. But this is someone who she missed greatly. I do have to acknowledge that her life was never the same after this. In fact, it took a drastic turn. Now, I know after a bereavement, especially of a spouse, our life does naturally take a very different shape and different turn. But this was something that was completely unplanned. It was just like something like that. Things just happened very quickly and out of control for this lady after your grandfather's passing. Now, okay. Now the question marks, symbolically, the question marks around you right now with his unanswered questions or uncertainties around you, just know she does show me those disappearing or moving. That's her symbolic way of letting you know that she will try her best to guide you onto the right path right now. Trust your gut instinct is what she's saying. That's never let you down so far. Again, before she pulls herself back, I have to acknowledge a great deal of love. Okay. I have to acknowledge a great deal of love to you from your loved ones in spirit. Now, they want you to keep talking to them. They're very clear on that. Keep talking to us. Keep talking to us. And you talked. Okay. So either mum or your grandmother then. So when you're talking to one of these ladies in particular, you're holding a piece of their jewelry. They're telling me, and that's your way of almost like a feeling as though you're connecting with them in order to have that discussion with them. They want you to keep doing this. They want you to keep talking to them, keep asking them to draw close. They know that they're still remembered, still celebrated, and still valued members of the family, and they love that. The places are still being kept for them in people's homes and people's hearts. Okay. Just know that sense of upliftment is fast approaching to you from these two ladies in spirit, and of course your granddad also, leaving you with a great deal of strength and clarity. And as that connection pulls back, again they blow you a kiss. And thank you very much for working with me, Diane, and thank you for stepping forward for that information also. Hopefully, guys, I spoke a bit quieter that time, slower that time. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Madame Butterfly 73. Nice to have you back, Daniela. Okay, so the comments are just coming through now, so we'll see who we're guided to next. Also, what we just saw there, in terms of where I thought I was with one person, but actually ends up another, that happens quite a fair bit to me, actually. So, but thank you very much. So, yeah. So, if I think I'm with one person, please keep the comments coming there. If you can relate to some of that information, just let me know if there's anything else, if there's any other comments that can take that. Because what Spirit will do is it was all about making sure that you understand that the survival is surpassed the physical death. So if there's a way that they'll do it, they'll do it. Happy birthday, Chrissy. Possibly, like I said, keep an ear out, and we'll see if there's something for you at some point tonight. Thank you, Kaylee. Hi, Self. Is anyone coming through for me at all, please? Possibly, Gemma. Like I said, I don't feel drawn to your name right now, but keep an ear out. There could be something for you at some point through tonight's messages. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Okay. Right. I know I have the spirit of a lady stepping forward here, but I don't know who I'm with just yet. So I'll keep the comments coming. Okay. Okay. So the comments will keep on coming. I'll throw out the information I've got for this lady. Oh, thank you, Richard. Okay, so I've got a lady who's making me aware that she would have experienced throat cancer. Sorry, throat cancer at the end of which would have been the cause of this lady's passing into the spirit world. Now, she is also telling me that there were people sitting on both sides of her at the time of her passing. Sorry, forgive me, guys. So I work also clairsentiently, so I feel the conditions. And I don't have the conditions, but they give me that sensation of having these conditions. So again, I have to acknowledge throat cancer, difficulties breathing with this lady. Now I know that there would have been someone holding right and left hand at the time of her passing, so her passing was very much expected. But she is telling me that by the time she left the physical world, she was more than ready to leave. This had been a very long and uncomfortable journey for her throughout this transition. I also have to acknowledge that there would have been swelling with this lady's legs and feet also. And she remembers, she remembers someone brushing her hair for her. Now with this lady, I know I've got white hair. It's quite thin white hair I've got here, but she remembers it being brushed backwards. I don't know if anyone can maybe start to understand some of this information I'm giving here. Okay, thank you, Krish. Hi, thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, so you can understand the information I've given so far. Okay. Okay, would you also understand with this lady, please, why she's making me very much aware that although she wasn't able to communicate at the end of her life, she is telling me she could hear every conversation that went on. And that wouldn't be surprising to you, because prior to this lady's decline in health, she had an ear for everything. She knew exactly what was going on with everyone and everything. But that was coming from a place of love. You know, she took a pride in her loved ones, and took pride in the people that she had in her life, and wanted to make sure that if there was anything that she could do to support and guide them, that she would absolutely be there to do that. She is making me aware, though, that towards the end of her life, there was a conversation that was had there about a change needed in where she was being cared for. So I hope that makes sense to you, because she wholeheartedly... Sorry, I just dropped the mic. I don't know which microphone I'm working off here, but I just dropped one. So if you heard a ruffle, then that was what it was. Sorry. So I hope that makes some sense to you, but she could hear conversations about the care she was receiving. Now, I also have to acknowledge with this lady that although she knew that her physical life was coming to an end, that wasn't something that she was actually told herself, if that makes sense. She wasn't in a position to be told this information by either a doctor or medical professional or her family and friends, because again, her ability to communicate and understand information was quite impaired at that moment in time. So although she was given this message to let you know that although she wasn't told, she knew about which way her health was going and what the outcome of this was likely to be. But she does want to acknowledge a great deal of thanks for the care, the love, and the support that she received towards the end of her life, and not just right at the end, but leading up to that, throughout the decline in this lady's health. This would have been a condition that this lady would have had previous. I feel as though it would have been like something she would have had before, and then like we've got the all clear, we're okay, and then thank you for confirming that, Chris, and then it came back. So this is almost like round 2 of the same thing that she would have had here. Or may not be throat cancer the second time around, but certainly there's that sort of feeling as though there would have been a similar sort of cancer condition that she would have overcome previous. Okay. She does want you to know that sorry, but did you... Okay, Julie Hewitt can also take this. Okay. Okay, guys, I will do my best to dwindle down which one I'm with here. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm not getting this particular piece of information very clearly, and I did have this at the start, but I got carried away with what I was talking about, as per. There is something about either an injection or something happening just to the right of the lower stomach area here. I hope one of you can understand where I'm going with this. I don't know if there was like an incision that was needed there, or there was some sort of procedure that was done there, but it's to the lower right of the stomach area. Hopefully one of you can take that and we can understand where this lady fits in. I do feel I'm more with Krish with this link, if I'm honest, but please continue to listen out, and I guess I could be wrong on that. Okay. Right. I missed the birthday. She's just told me that, so there was a birthday not long after this lady's passing. Now, again, because her health was in decline for quite some time, she did almost get into that mindset of setting herself milestones, like I want to get to this date, I want to get to that date, and then the next, and she got through. Okay, thank you, Krish. So yeah, I did feel I was more with you. Okay, okay. So would you also understand the birthday that she missed? Just okay, thank you. So because she's making me aware that there was like these dates or these milestones that she tried to set herself, like I want to get to this date, I want to get to that date, then that one, and she did this for the most part. Now, although yes, it's my birthday, she passed. Okay. Oh, bless you, Krish. Okay, so again, there's just that acknowledgement from her then, okay, that she knows that she wasn't here in the physical, but she was certainly there in the spirit side of life, and to be with you and to celebrate your arrival into the physical world. Okay. I know it's a very cliche message, but I just have to acknowledge a huge amount of love that this lady wants to give in your direction. Not least of all because that's something that she certainly would have given you a lot of in the physical world, but also it's something that she recognises that there's that feeling as though you're wanting right now. Not that there's not that around you in the physical world, but you're wanting the love that this particular lady can give you. You're wanting that comfort and that support, that shoulder to cry on. Just know that she's drawn very close to you to provide you with all of those things. Okay. She is as quick as she stepped forward, she's pulling herself back. But there's a huge amount of love in the spirit world waiting for this lady, and there's a huge amount of it that surrounds you from her and the rest of your loved ones also. So thank you very much for working with me, Krish, and thank you for joining us tonight. And please take all of this lady's love. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, guys, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes, but stay tuned, and we'll be back again for some more demonstrations of mediumship shortly.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents a wonderful evening of mediumship and trance. Our evening is hosted by Nick Brown with guests Bill Hughes, Glenda Marie, David Hale, and Minty May. Our exciting event is being held at the Little Port Village Hall, which is in Ely. The date for our magical showcase is Saturday the 9th of September. The price is only £10, which includes refreshments. For ticket information, please visit myspiritualevents.com.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event, or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
Tomorrow from 6 p.m. UK time, Paul Bannister joins us for his live interview and talk show, Spiritual Talk.
Join Bill Hughes during his Collective Consciousness show tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Bill is joined by different guests offering a demonstration of mediumship.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us again. Hope everyone's feeling refreshed after that quick break. Okay, so we'll do the same thing we were doing just before. We'll scroll through the comments. If I get a link in the meantime, yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I was chatting to Richard then, or he was chatting to me rather. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. If I have if I'm made aware of spirit in my vicinity again, guys, I'll throw the link out and hopefully we'll feed off the comments in and just see where that link fits in. But until then, we'll keep the comments coming. Thank you very much for that feedback, Tracy. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Donna. Welcome back to you also. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you here. It's nice to see people from my Facebook page also coming across. Yeah, if there's any followers on my Facebook page here, put it into the comments, guys, and we'll get the page shared out there. Hello from Lithuania. Well, hello from the UK. Thank you for joining. Need the break. I need to learn to slow down. To slow down. Again, my apologies, guys. I know I talk very quick. Hopefully, Suzanne, we'll see. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kane. I appreciate that. Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious. I'm ready. Thank you very much, Spirit of Love. I know it's definitely. I think that's a new marketing thing, isn't it? The Fast and Furious medium. My apologies if that name's already taken. Hello there to Sweden. B Tara Angels. I watched you on Facebook, but jumped onto your YouTube tonight. Wasn't sure if I'd be on Facebook. But either way, thank you for joining, Jess. Yeah, I can imagine some of them. Okay, right. I don't feel drawn to any comments at the minute, guys, but oh, bless. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Nice to meet you. Okay, I have a gentleman stepping forward here, and with him, he brings through the spirit of a little boy with him. Okay. Okay. Right. I love the Fast and Furious, to be honest. Yeah, I know. I can see it sticking. Okay, I'm going to jump in with the link with this with these two lovely spirits that have stepped forward there. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, we'll work with the gentleman first of all, because this is the lovely man that's brought this little boy forward, all right? But it's actually the little boy who wants to give across the message of love and acknowledgement that he's been received safe and well in the spirit world. So the old gentleman first of all is a grandfather to the little boy that I've got in spirit. So I have a grandfather and grandson here. Sorry, right. So the grandfather would have had oxygen therapy here because it's making my nose go very itchy and very dry. So symbolically, I feel like the oxygen being pushed into my nose here. Now, again, this man would have suffered various health problems, but it would have been a heart attack that took him to spirit. He's telling me a very quick. In fact, it was multiple heart attacks. He's telling me. So, okay, he corrected me there. Not just one heart attack. So he would have had a heart attack, then another, and then another. So there's 3 altogether here. The 3rd heart attack would have taken him to spirit. Okay, so again, because there was various health conditions, I do feel as though there was that understanding from his loved ones that his health would go into a long decline, and this is the sort of situation that we're finding ourselves in. This is what we're going to have to do going forward with this gentleman. But that was never needed because his passing. Daniel Dwyer, okay, can you understand the information I've given relating to your dad? Then the circumstances surrounding his passing, please, Daniela. So again, the 3 heart attacks, the expectation that this man's health would have gone into further decline, but he never survived long enough for that to be the case. His passing would have happened very quickly through these 3 heart attacks. Very strong man, but again, he's telling me he made an attempt to live a very healthy life. The fact that this man passed of a heart attack and suffered with ill health at all, I can feel as it's quite a shock for his perspective. It's like, well, how can this be? I try to live a healthy life. I'm very active. I'm busy. I live a good life, an honest life. This man prides himself by living by the rules. I hope you can take this information, Daniela. Okay. Okay, so the little boy that he brings with him, I just have to know that your dad, if this is you, this gentleman is the one that was there to take care of this young boy in the spirit world, but also will be the one to continue to bring this baby forward. And grandson, he went quick. Okay, can you understand the information I've given relating to dad's? Okay, sorry, I missed that bit. You can understand the heart attack, Rita. Can you understand the other information I've given relating to dad's? Personality characteristics and passing there. Okay. Now, as I talk about this young, his dad passed. Sorry, my dad passed in the hospital. His organs went, so not sure what went first. Daniela, I don't feel as though I'm working with you. There's Rita's comment. You can understand this. Okay, Daniela, I don't feel I'm working with you at the moment, but please keep your ears out for the information, because there may be bits of this that you may come back and say, actually, no, I can take that, but I won't ever try to make anything fit, but I don't feel as though I'm with you. Rita, if you can understand all the information I've given, can I work with you, please? Okay, right. Now, with this young boy that he brings forward with him, now again, I do have to acknowledge that the transition from the physical world to the spirit world was a very quick one, but I do feel as though it's like we're bombarded with problem after problem after problem after problem. My dad was there, then gone. Okay, and before we have a chance to even digest the first piece of information, then the next thing's happening, and then the next thing's happening, and then which eventually led to the passing of this young boy. Okay. I just have to, the reason they come forward is because there's that need, or there's that recognition that the family and friends need to know and understand that these two are together, that there's still a great deal of love that surrounds from them to the family in the physical world, but also between the two of them. Okay, now, would you understand, they're talking to me about a pregnancy right now, so that although I have to acknowledge that this beautiful boy's in spirit with your dad, there's either a pregnancy or a birth that you should be aware of right now. If you're not, can you remember I've said it? But again, I do have to acknowledge there's that young life on the spirit side of life, but also a young life that's coming back into the physical world also. Okay, there's also something to do with a name share there relating to dad. So either the first or middle name has been handed down in memory of your dad. Okay. Okay. Right. When this young boy's making me aware of, we just had a baby girl. Oh, congratulations! Thank you. Just know then that this is Dad's way of acknowledging that he's been around for this. Of course he has. Why wouldn't he be? our loved ones draw close to us all the time. They have perfect understanding of what goes on, but sometimes it's necessary for them to draw close to let us know that they are with us in these milestones in our life. So take the congratulations message from your dad and from your grandson. Okay. Sorry, just okay. Would you understand for me, please, that after the passing of this beautiful young boy here, that there was somebody either purchased or made a bracelet. So this young boy has one, and someone else here still has one. So it's like a piece of jewelry that's shared. It's exactly the same piece of jewelry, or two pieces of exactly the same. So he has one, and someone else has one. But because as I look at him, he's playing with this bracelet here that was either bought or made, so that there always be a piece of this beautiful boy here in the physical world also. I hope that makes some sense to you, please. Okay. 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 Now, quite a talkative young boy here, because he's talking so much. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is that he's he's wanting to say. He's got a very playful nature, very bouncy personality. He's and these are all things that I just have to, as I made all of us one nature. Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much for confirming that. Okay, just know that this is his way of acknowledging that you've done that for him. He gives across the message of thanks that comes with this also. I will allow them to step backwards. Not that I have any control over that, but just an acknowledgement for you that they do pull their energy back. But they, before they do that, leave you with a great deal of love. But they come together because they want you to take some comfort from these two lovely people are together. But they draw very close to you to join in the celebrations with the new arrival of the baby girl, but also confirmation for the things that were done for them after their passing. And please take all of their love. Throw yourself into life. I heard that very quickly. Throw yourself into life. Don't waste a single moment. So with things coming up for you right now, you're aware that that there's right, okay. Just before the gentleman pulls himself back, you've recently come out the other side of changes, he's telling me. So there's not so much a case of you needing to throw yourself into them. You've come out the other side of them. But now it's a case of finding your feet, which is why his parting message to you is throw yourself into life. Make the most of exactly where you are. Gather everything that you've got and throw yourself into life that comes up next for you. I hope that makes some sense to you, Rita. Thank you very much for working with me. Okay, guys, we'll just go through the comments again. But again, if we get any, maybe one with Sonic. Such a lovely message for you, Rita. Thank you, LJ. Hi, Laura Reid. Hi, Joanne. That's fine. We'll invade in people's conversations. That's fine. Thank you, Stace. Oh, I can hear Mum. Okay. I don't see Mum, whoever's Mum this is, but I can hear. I know. Itchy nose. I know. Do you really? Richard's just told me you get lots of mediums that get itchy noses. I wonder if anyone else has noticed that about me before. I'll have to ask that, but no, I'm glad someone has. Yeah, I've got a really itchy nose. Okay, who's Mum are you? Oh, thank you, Rita. Okay. Oh, hi, Jackie. I follow your Facebook page from Pembroke. Hi, Sarah Williams. Thank you for joining. Okay. So I am aware that I've got. You scratch it more now. Yeah, I will now, and that'll be your fault for pointing it out to me. Yeah, I would. But thank you though. Okay, so hi, Jasmine. Thank you for joining. Okay, I have a mother stepping forward here. Before she showed herself to me, she told me that she was mum. I have a stomach cancer condition with this lady. Missed you in Milford Lee. Will be at your next one. Yes, yeah, of course. Well, the details are on my Facebook page, so feel free to book some tickets. I've got a few coming up. Okay, so right, okay, I'm being scolded here, so I'm going to stick talking to this lady. Okay, right. A mother stepping forward here. She is making me aware that there would have been a stomach cancer condition that would have taken her to spirit, but she is telling me from the minute of diagnosis, it then seemed rapid and like just so quick. From the moment of diagnosis until her passing, I would maybe even go days. There's a very small amount of time here. Mobility, she's telling me, would have been a big problem for her prior to diagnosis. She's telling me. So that, again, she is noticing things, and it was obvious that things were not quite right with regarding this lady's health. But the bulk of it would have all happened prior to diagnosis. Okay. Right. This lady would have been a smoker. I can smell smoke with her. There's been a tattoo recently in remembrance of her. Steve Welling. Okay. Can you? Okay. I did hear mum being said here, Steve. So I can't. But I won't try to make anything fit. Obviously, because she told me she's mum. But keep it in a year out anyway. Maybe, but your mum passed away. Had stomach problems. Can you understand the other information I've given you here? My grandma had cancer, but don't know if it was a stomach. Okay. Okay, this is definitely a mother I've got, guys, because she's telling me again she's mum. It's definitely stomach and passed away. So and from diagnosis to passing, from the moment of diagnosis to passing, it's either days or a week or two. I don't want to go any further than that. And there has been a tattoo in remembrance of this lady, but this lady would not have been fond of tattoos. Okay, Mary Butcher, can I? Okay, thank you guys for those that have been able to say you could take this information. Can you all keep on your smoked and had a tattoo? Okay. I won't try to make anything fit me, but this tattoo that she's talking about is someone had it in remembrance of her. But again, there's that sort of eyebrow lift to like, but I don't like to. I'm going to close talking about memory tattoo. My daughter was a smoker, stomach cancer. She was condition she had. Okay, sorry. Let me just read that comment again and say to myself. Thanks, Richard. Sounds like my grand, but we was close talking about a memory tattoo and my mum. Her daughter was a smoker. Stomach cancer. Okay. Right. Bear with me, guys. I will try to get something that will pinpoint who this lady is, because I know that there's lots of you that can take bits of it, but I can't. I wouldn't ever try to make anything fit. I will only go with what Spirit tell me is what they want to get across. Okay, so I need something here. Okay. Right. This lady's daughter was the one who took her to the appointment where she received the diagnosis. So this lady's daughter, she would not have been approving of me having a tattoo. This lady's daughter was the one that took her to the appointment because the daughter insisted upon it. So the daughter was there when the diagnosis was given. Okay. Okay, there was either a pregnancy at the time of this lady's passing or a birth, but there's something about a new arrival that she would have liked to have been more involved in, but wasn't able to because of her. Obviously, she passed away. Is this making sense to anyone, guys? That would have been okay. Okay, so it looks like it could be with you then, Stace. Do you understand the piece of information there about there was a pregnancy that was either announced or a birth that was announced or due to happen? But there's something about a new life that was expected within the family at the time of this lady's passing. Okay. Okay. Keep coming with your comments, guys. We will find out what this lovely lady fits. Okay. Okay. Yes, there's emergency. My eldest niece. Okay. Okay, Stace, can I work with you, please? Again, thank you for first of all, thank you for confirming that, Stace. Everyone else that's been able to take the comments so far, if you can please keep listening, because there could be bits of this that you want to hear. But again, like I will keep repeating, I wouldn't ever try to make anything fit. If it's not what Spirit gave me, then I wouldn't apply it to you. You know. So right, but Stace, you seem to take the information I've given so far. Okay. Okay. Would you understand what this lady, please? There's like a sense of, I have to acknowledge that there's that wanting on her part to bring people back together. So this lady was almost like the pin that kept a lot of people together. And as what happens with a lot of families, the passing of one person then symbolizes the drifting in relationships. Sorry, there we go with the itchy nose again. And that is definitely what happened here. People drifted apart, and there's been a lot of distance in relationships since this lady's passing. I do have to acknowledge, though, that even prior to this lady's passing, that there was physical distance in relationships there. So people live in different parts of the country, or different parts of the world, perhaps. But people did have to travel to be there with her, but they never made it. She's telling me there were people that wanted to be there for at the end of her life that were not there, and they weren't able to make it there. Okay. That she gives me that as an acknowledgement to say, well, that's okay. You know, that she understands that these people want to be there. It was just that circumstance that was out of their control. Okay. I have to acknowledge feeling for someone in the earth plane right now who's struggling with mobility problems. I hope that makes some sense to you. Just know that this lady draws close with the acknowledgement that she understands that's something that someone is struggling with right now. I also have to give a sorry, I just heard a bleep then, Richard. Was that? Oh, okay. I just heard okay, sorry, can you give me that again? Okay, thanks, Stace. Okay, she wants to throw a congratulations your way. Maybe not, sorry, your way was the wrong thing. She wants to throw congratulations to people, to someone here on a recent academic achievement. I hope that makes some sense to you. Symbolically, she's showing me books, so there's been like a study or like a deliberate attempt to learn new skills. Okay, so she gives across that congratulatory message there for an academic achievement. Okay, I can very quickly, I can feel the energy pulling back, but I don't feel as though that's her. But I feel as though, usually with me, like I know when I come into the end of my time to work, Spirit it feels like a door's being shut. And I do feel as though that's what's happening right now. So I wouldn't try to understand or interpret any more messages from this lovely lady, but I will leave you with all of her love. She draws close to give you that sense of that, to draw that love to you, to give you that congratulatory message, but also as an acknowledgement for the way in which she left the world for her felt very quick. But also thank you for being that there in order to be that supportive person at time where she needs it the most. Just know that now she sees that her time is needed to be that supportive person in the spirit world to those that need that now. So I will leave you with all this lady's love, and thank you very much for working with me, Stace. Yeah, so like I say, guys, what happens with me, and I know each medium it works very differently for, but I literally feel like a door's been shut in my face when Spirit is like, that's enough for you for one day, and that's exactly what's just happened. But it has been fantastic to be able to come on tonight and to deliver some messages from your loved ones in the spirit world. I know there's lots of people on tonight that didn't get a message that wanted to, but please know that your loved ones are represented in those that did manage to come through, regardless of if they're mum, dad, son, daughter, sister, brother. You know, they all share the same ability to come through, and they all come through on the same link, which is love for us all. As we love our loved ones in the physical world, our spirit family and friends love us the same. So they're all represented in the same link. But thank you very much for joining tonight and for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate the opportunity to come on tonight as well. Yeah, so for anyone that wants to find me on Facebook, hopefully one of the people that have come across on my Facebook page have left a comment on there. But you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Lee Mills International Spiritualist Medium. I believe I've been tagged in a post for the SPTV advert for tonight anyway. So please feel free to come across, join me on Facebook. I do Facebook Lives and things like that over there, so feel free to join me. You've been made more than welcome. Thank you very much for the uplifting nature of tonight's session. Also, it's been lovely to see the messages of pointing at my itchy nose, and for giving me the laughter about the Fast and Furious nickname. Also, who knows, maybe it'll be a thing of the future, I don't know. But feel free to join me on Facebook at any time. So again, thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you very much, and good night.